to do something a little bit different for this video from my normal video. We're not going to a car show. We're not talking about smog checks. But what we are doing is I'm going to read something that I picked up at an estate sale this past weekend. I thought it would make for an awesome video, and I think you'll agree. It's actually a Pep Boys auto parts catalog from 1959 that's chock full of goodness. Let me tell you, you won't believe what's in this catalog, and I'm going to share it with you, and we're going to go right now. All right, so I set up the catalog on my desk. It's like an old school desk. So yeah, as I found this at an estate sale locally, and I thought, man, this thing is just fantastic, just chock full of history. See, it's a 1959, 148 pages, record-breaking savings. And we got Manny, Mo, and Jack. Of course, they were the mascots for the Pep Boys for many years. And one of them, I believe it's Manny, has the cigar hanging out of his mouth. I believe it was in the 80s. They got rid of the cigar due to pressure, obviously, because they're like cartoon characters. So people thought, oh, that's not good to have a cartoon character mascot with a cigar hanging out of his mouth. So times did change there. See, they sold all kinds of stuff: auto accessories, tires, bikes, tools, TV, radio supplies, hardware, home and garden supplies, and they're all in this catalog, and 43 stores to serve you and help you save. What Pep Boys did you go to? I know I used to go to the one in West LA when I was younger. Bought a lot of parts there. It's still there. It's an Advanced Auto Parts on Pico Boulevard. It's one of the ones that got converted. There's actually a list of locations in here. We're going to start off radio and TV tubes, and of course they had the tube tester. Now, even though I'm only 49, but I do remember when they would have the tube testers when you went into like Thrifty Drug and whatnot to test your TV tubes, since a lot of people, including my grandmother, still had older radios and television sets, and lists a lot of prices there for their tubes. Of course, I've mentioned in the past I do collect jukeboxes, and they use tube amplifiers and tubes for the selector units on many of those. So that's kind of neat. Coming over here, we got the Pep Boys right here. They got their record savings in their 59 catalog. Shop at any of our 43 stores. Now, I know they had stores outside of the LA area. So this one, I think, goes as far as Fresno. So it starts with Alhambra, has all the different locations. I know the Santa Monica one, I believe, was the address even when I was young. I remember it was like at 5th and Santa Monica. LA, it shows Pico Boulevard, so 8801 Pico. I believe that was still, that's the one that's a Advanced Auto Parts store now, down over on the west side. North Hollywood, 5100 Lancashire, that was Pep Boys up until it switched to Advance. So many ones like that. And if you see this on a big enough TV, you could probably make out your local location. Pasadena shows 169 West Colorado, which would place it right in the middle of Old Town, which is not where it was. It was actually closer to probably like 1100 block of Colorado, because actually the one in Pasadena was right near where I live now. So it was around 1100 blocks. So I'm guessing this was an older catalog before that location opened up. And you can see a lot of them still had this, the other stores still had this same look up until fairly recently. So kind of neat. We're going to start off, we're just digging right into the good stuff. New white rubber tire sidewall. So you can take your black wall tire for $1.98 for a set of 4. Convert your white wall your black wall tires into white wall tires. So they're just inserts. In fact, when I did vintage Vespas, there was like white wall inserts for Vespas, and you'd run across those quite a bit. So if you were cheap and didn't want to buy a set of white wall tires, you could always do the inserts. And you can also dress up your car with the latest style wheel covers. Check out, we got the Moon Disc. Of course, they don't call them Moon Discs here. So for all you Dry Lakes racers, you had a set, each $2.50, or a set of 4 for $9.95. Fits all 15-inch wheels. Very popular style wheel disc in smart brushed aluminum finish. Fits securely. So I said basically a Moon Disc. We got the chrome dish style 15 and 16-inch wheels. Add a smart touch to your car for the set of these snappy chrome covers. Still, they just snap right in place. $3 each, or set of 4 for $11.98. This one says Starfire style, but as you can see, it's an old Fiesta cap, which these were all very popular with customizers up until today. You can even see this one even has the globe with the Saturn rings around it for like an Oldsmobile logo. It's probably just far off enough where they wouldn't get in trouble with General Motors with the flipper in the middle. Each 750, so it's a more deluxe cap. Set of 4 for $29.95 for 14 and 15-inch wheels in full chrome. Styled to set off the newest cars and to make the older cars look like new again. So that's what that was. We have the Lancer style cap, so of course based on a Dodge Lancer. Of course these you still see are very popular in the custom scene, as are the old Fiesta. All these are really. Lancer style, chrome wheel cover, 15-inch wheels. Beautiful custom styling, smart center emblem with 4 bars will enhance the look of any car. Priced low, according to them. $7.50 each, are a set of 4 for $29.95. Those were the days. So we got wheel cover lock sets. You can get a lock set for your wheel covers that you just bought for a complete set with 2 keys, 99 cents. So no one can steal your hubcaps or your wheel covers. So front bumper guard cushion for 57 Chevy and Cadillac at a great saving. So you put your Dagmars. They call them the rubber ones called Dagmars on the Cadillacs, or was it just the chrome ones? I believe it was just the chrome ones. Prevent damage and marring of bumper. So of course we all know what they look like on a 57 Chevy by now. Chrome bumper bolts. I mean, you can't really get those at your local auto parts store anymore. Plastic car cover for $3.89. Fits most cars, unless you have like a Cadillac or a limousine or something. Flat tip chrome muffler extensions. Man, you can really make your car look snazzy with that one. Gives a smart touch to any car. So you have that. A curved chrome exhaust extension. Of course, they still sell stuff like this at auto parts stores. How about an ultra modern with baffle extension? So this one's got the baffle to change the note of your exhaust for $1.29. Another custom exhaust extension for 79 cents. The Flying Rocket chrome exhaust extensions for that deep, mellow tone. A size to fit most any car. We got the latest style pencil type exhaust extensions. These ones just have the bolt on the end and you tighten it so it stays on your pipe. So they still sell those to this day. Wind silencers. Enjoy the most quietest, comfortable ride ever. So I guess these would clip on your windshield of your car and deflect the wind. Looks like it's a lady in a convertible to deflect the wind noise. Because back then most cars didn't have air conditioning, so you generally rolled the windows down, or if you own a convertible, you put the top down, and you got a lot of wind noise. Anybody who's ever ridden in a convertible with the top down knows exactly what I'm talking about. And more air deflectors. So they've got the little ones that go on the wing windows. Fits most any car, left or right side. It's practical and it's new. We have it, and it's yours for less. So this is a really cool catalog. Check out all these bulbs, man. You know, whole selection of automobile light bulbs. I'm sure they stocked a lot of 6-volt back then. So yeah, see. I'm sure you had no problem finding 6 volts. Anybody who has a car that runs 6 volts or a scooter that runs 6 volts knows they could be a little difficult to find unless you order them. High quality stoplight switches, so all kinds of brake switches, hydraulic switches, as well as the regular style switches for your car, so that your brake lights work and you don't get pulled over. Stop and tail lights, so like this style, like maybe for like a trailer, or if you have like an old like Model T or Model A or something. Fully approved, guaranteed replacements with mounting bracket. $2.79 with the license plate, and $2.22 for just the regular. Then they got signal flash, just generic signal flashers, 6 and 12 volt for 99 cents each. We got seal beam headlight bulbs. We got Westinghouse safety beam, $1.29 each. And our car, for all cars, also duals on 57 to 59 models. So when they went to the four headlights on the cars, some cars went in 57, some cars switched in 58. Became a thing with the smaller headlights instead of the one large with the high beam. Of course, later on they switched back. A lot of cars getting into the early 70s. General Electric Suburban bulbs with built-in spotlight and lower beam. So I don't know if that. Oh, that's a bulb. I don't know if this is a bulb for a spotlight. 219. Let's see. Utility and trouble lamps. So these are the ones you would plug into your cigarette lighter. Back before it was called the power port, it was called the cigarette lighter, and you plug it in there. And I've got a few of those actually. I find those at sales quite a bit. Automatic trunk light. So this is like it would be, so when you lift the trunk, the light comes on as it does on most modern cars. Back then it was kind of a unique thing. In fact, I think it was optional or dealer installed on a lot of cars, but then, of course, Pep Boys offered their version. Backup lamps with switch fits most cars, easily installed. Back then, cars didn't come with backup lamps. It was like an optional extra. As you imagine now, you just assume every car has a backup light. You see the light come on, you know the car's about to back up. Unless it's a GM car, because they have those things where when you hit the thing to lock the doors, the backup lights come on even though you're not backing up, which is the most annoying thing on a modern car, if you ask me. I don't know why they haven't changed that. That should be like a fairly easy like software update for those guys. There's tail light and bracket, dome light, so you could actually put a dome light in your car if it doesn't have one. Directional signal kits for trucks, buses, and trailers. So it comes with the selector for the steering column. A lot of your earlier cars, a lot of your 40s cars and early don't have turn signals, and you have to add those. In fact, when I do my 1940 Ford, I'm going to have to add signals to it just because nowadays everyone just assumes every car has turn signals. No one knows what you're doing when you stick your arm out the window anymore. Let's face it. People don't know what a hand signal is. I don't know. Do they even teach hand signals anymore? Anyone know? Anyone? Leave it in the comments. Utility lamps and brackets. You can see fine quality utility lamps, and then you got clearance lamps right there. So different trail lights. Sometimes you'll find those at like swap meets, stuff like that. Another one. Here we go. Electrical fittings for the car. Different sort of like you put another power port in there or cigarette lighter. There's your four-way flasher units. You can still buy those. In fact, I've got a kit I was going to put in the 40 when I do it up, so I can put turn signals on it. Floorboard horn button. So if you want your horn on the floor, go for it. Horn button, clamp on horn button. All these different horn relays and stuff. Headlight switch for different cars. Some are universal. I'm sure some are. Like this one works for a 46 to 47 Chrysler. They carried all this stuff. Automatic cigarette lighters or power ports, which they didn't call them those back then. So you can light up your stogie like the mascot. Light up your cigar. There you go. They pop out when they're ready to go. Everybody remembers those. Self-adhering flags of all nations monograms for cars, boats, dens, and motorcycles. So you can put all kinds of different flags on your ride. Window anti-rattlers, stop annoying rattles. Of course, windows in old cars always rattle. Scotch light safety reflecting tape. So you can put that reflector stuff. That's probably something like an old person would do on a car back then. I could see that. Used to see that on old people cars. They put all the extra reflecting tape on them, thinking it would help them out. Prevent accidents with safety door locks. So safer lock than the one that was on the car. Let's face it, the locks probably back then weren't what they are now. Battery chargers, so you can charge your battery. Hold downs, those metal hold down frames. Sometimes they're hard to find, but they had them in stock at the Pep Boys. Amperes gauge for most cars, so you know if your battery is charging or discharging. Back then, a lot of cars had idiot lights. They just had the little amp light that would or generator. Back then it was generators. The generator light would just flicker on, and you would know if your generator wasn't working. And if it was a solid glow, then you know your generator was toast. So it was prior to the everything going to an alternator probably a few years later after 1959. Low price battery supplies, stuff for filling your different clamps for your battery, alligator clips, of course battery cables, and the bulb for filling the battery acid, so you don't get it on your clothes, which you always do. Let's face it. Anytime you mess with a battery, you're gonna get the acid on your clothes. It just magically goes over there. Just know whatever you're wearing, you're not gonna be wearing it the next day. It's gonna have holes in it. Battery booster cables, hydrometers and beads. So you got remote starter switch. So what do they call it on Vice Grip, the Lone Wolf 2000? There you go, for $2.59. Do the job with one man. Yes, sorry, ladies. It eliminates the need of a second man when making engine tests. Boy, a certain group would have a field day with this catalog, and we'll just leave it at that. Tempered steel battery pliers, flexible copper battery cables, and straps. All sorts of stuff for hooking up your batteries. Auto license and certificate holders. So those are the ones you always see strapped on the steering column or up on the sun visor, where you keep your registration. I don't know how many times I've bought old cars that just sat for many years, and then the registration from last time it was tagged was either on the visor or strapped around the column. That's what those were. Pep Boys had their own lighter fluid. That's pretty awesome. Identification and passkeys. I don't have anything to say about lighter fluid. Hey, light them up, I guess. How about smart new ornaments for your car? Official U.S. government taxpayer. That's a snazzy one. That one was only 89 cents. They got a star, big chrome star. You get the fox tails, or the raccoon tails, and the fur tail. So you could put those. Those were popular on hot rods and whatnot. The kids were all running those back on their cars back in 1959. That was back when like Davy Crockett was a thing. The checkered flags, they used to put checkered flags on a lot of cars back then. This one looks like says it's a T-bird ornament, so it's got checkered flags with it looks almost like a rip-off of like Indy 500 or something like that. That's probably what they were going for. Customizing trim decals. Look at it, you could do your own sticker set, make it look like Von Dutch pinstriped your car. How about that? Only 39 cents, and then they had the flames, so you could do your own like flame job on your car. And a bunch of humorous ones. U.S. government taxpayer. I can't make it out. They're small, but let's say I can't read that one. I'm going to pick it up for a second so I can read it. Let me see if I can see it. Nope, I can't read it. They're so small. It's just 8 humorous stickers you would stick on your car. There you go. Religious ornaments for your dash. We're not going to go there, but you could literally, you could do. What was that song about the dashboard Jesus? Or I don't care if it rains or sneezes. I'm not going to get hit for copyright, but you could do the dashboard Jesus. Don't hate me for that. License plate frames. Check out this old school. Remember the metal, like the good metal, not the cheap plastic ones that were made to look chrome. License frames, and they had the ones with the city. So there's one that says Los Angeles. I used to have one of the ones that said North Hollywood on a '57 Chevy. I've seen the Pasadena ones. They had various cities you could get on a chrome frame. Those are awesome if you ever run across those. They're not dealer frames, but they just have the city across the top. All sorts of different ones. And you got the ones where it would be like a thing where it would encase it where you wouldn't see the bolts. Those were kind of cool. Different custom ones with squares and different patterns, and then the one with the light built in, and those were cool because you needed a license plate light, so the hot rodders would run those because of course they would relocate the license plate, but you still had to have a light shining on your license plate, so that would fit the bill on a custom car. So I've actually seen custom cars that have those or similar ones. License plate holders, they got all different ones with the reflectors, with the little shield with the American flag shield, the little reflector with the wing nut. We used to sell those. We used to put those on scooters at the shop. I used to buy a bucket of them from a supplier, buy them like a bucket at a time. More license plate holders, spare tire nut lock. I had one of these on a 58 Chevy pickup, and I didn't have the key, and I had another, I think it was a Chicago key blank for something completely different, and it actually turned the lock, and I was able to get it off. It was like a very old one. And of course, I wound up throwing it away because it wasn't, I didn't want it to get stuck back on there again. Key holder, all kinds of stuff. Car shield. So assorted cars, you could get your car name on a keychain. Most of you guys have run across those. But you got the key with the, like one's got an Olds logo, one's got a Ford crest on it. I've got one with the, I believe, Cadillac for my 56 Caddy. That's kind of, they had them back then. You could literally get a key holder. Look, it has a keychain hanging off of it, but then you could get your car key cut to these keys. So it was kind of cool. Key holder with two keys hanging out of it for various ones. Initials. I don't know, you always find those cars where people had their initials on them from back then. In fact, the OEMs got into that. I had a Lincoln Continental Mark IV, 73, and it had the original owner's initials on the door. And it was actually a dealer thing because I found the thing in the glove box. There was a thing on how to order the letters you needed for the original owner. So I got more of this stuff like bell cases, chrome monogram initials, magnetic key holders. The ones that they still sell those. You put them under the car, hide them. If you ever buy a car that's missing keys, you always try to find them, see if they're underneath. One of my cars, I was told there was one of those under there with extra keys, and I still have not found it. I'm not going to say which car. But but I've looked all under there. I can't find it, so they must have taken it out. Key and license holders, remember those little key wallets? I run across those still. Sometimes when you buy a car, you get a key wallet with it. Car tissue dispensers, those chrome ones that go into the dash. The lowrider guys always have those in their cars. They would mount under the dash. You could like swing it out and pull out a tissue. Replacement plastic gear shift lever knobs, plastic lever knobs for Chevy 39 to 48 Chevrolet. Handy dash rails and trays right there. Spinning wheel spinners. You had the risque one with the topless woman on it. One with like a Model T or something, and then I don't know what that is. That one looks kind of risque. So it was a different ones. I guess they had a selection of them. The suicide knobs, what they used to call them, because when you would like turn your wheel, of course most cars didn't have power steering. You'd use that to turn it, and then if the wheel slung back, it would whack your hand and it would hurt. So I think that's why they used to call them that. I think they were banned, weren't they? I think I'd heard that like some places ban those at some point. If you know, leave it in the comments section. Also, yeah, be sure to leave a comment on any of this stuff. Like the video. We need likes on this channel. If you watch on a TV, that involves hitting pause and then going over to the thumbs up. Helps us with the algorithm. And if this video does well, I have a whole collection of like old hot rod magazines, so I might do those as well. Since this has been kind of fun so far. I don't think I've even I don't know how far I'm through this video. Suction type ash receivers, not ashtray, ash receiver. Like a little bit more of a like deluxe sounding ashtray. Magnetic suction, put on with bolts, whatever. In case your car didn't have it. Nowadays cars don't come with ashtrays anymore. That was like a thing when they got rid of those. Popular wolf whistle. So you got the wolf whistle. So you I said like the modern people, some people nowadays would take offense to some of this stuff. We'll just leave it there. Shock eliminator strap. So high frequency conductive rubber. Oh, it's to get rid of like the when you shock yourself when you touch the car, the static electricity. So it's a piece of rubber that rubs on the bottom. I guess you hang it off your car and it drags the ground, and then everyone yells at you like, "Hey, you got something hanging off your car." It looks like a seatbelt probably. Everybody thinks you got your seatbelt hanging and dragging across the ground. I guess that was the thing back in 1959. Go figure. Magnetic base cigarette snuffer. Look, it's even got Smokey the Bear. And I don't know if it's I don't know if it's like recommended by Smokey or they just use Smokey, because I'm sure the Smokey people, they don't just let them use Smokey for anything anymore. Probably back then they didn't care, but safe, easy way to put out cigarettes while driving. Mounts on car dash with magnetic base. Helps prevent forest fires, of course, because only you can prevent forest fires. Buy and use Smokey. So I think it's actually shaped like, oh, it's actually shaped like Smokey the Bear. That would be cool to have, just because it's so stupid. But I don't smoke, but that would still be cool to have. Um, Look, they even had the pine tree air fresheners back then. So those were around in 1959. Go figure. They have a flower, and they got another one that's like, I can't read that. It says rose scent and pine odor. So that's the odors they had. Heavy duty truck mirrors. Check those out. They're chrome. Those are pretty awesome. Those big ones for towing and whatnot, and for driving your big rig truck. Mirror Bright, flexible door and car trims. We got stainless steel door trims. There you go. Mylar Miracle Adhesive Custom Chrome Trim. So you can put all this extra chrome on your car or bike, I guess, if you don't have enough chrome. Of course, a lot of the customizers were taking chrome off of cars, or they were using chrome from different cars on other cars. And you'll see a lot more of that at the Grand National Roadster Show. Actually, I'm filming that in a couple weeks. Chrome dash knobs. Those are cool. I'm sure some of those guys use those as for the grills on their customs as well. Metal tape. We got a 6-inch rubber blade auto fan. So it's a rubber blade, so your kids don't cut your hand off. A must for year-round comfort driving, because of course they didn't have air conditioning in most cars back then. Truck reflectors, door handle knobs. Those door handle pulls, or those door lock pulls. That's not even a thing anymore. Like, cars don't have those round ones anymore that screw in. Steering wheel covers. Look, they have all kinds of different ones. Like a leopard print. Yeah, they got a leopard print one. They still. I have a leopard one on my '83 Dodge van, but it's not like that. It's like it's got, every once in a while it's got the little rubber thing for grabbing. They got mohair terry cloth. Luxurious corduroy for 98 cents. There you go. That's pretty awesome. And then the handsome leopard skin cloth, 98 cents. Wow. What a deal. Okay, we're going to get into more. Now we're going to start getting more into like car parts. Plastic material, high quality plastic material. Plastic material. Probably for like, it has many uses. Like you could do your chair, you could do your bed, your car seats. I'm sure people would lay them across like station wagons in the back. Transparent vinyl plastic material. Radiator front end bug screen. You ever seen these? These look ridiculous on a car. If you've ever seen a car with these, jumbo size. You put the radiator screens. This one mounts on a looks like a Plymouth. It actually even says, look, Buick Special, Century, Chevy, Ford, Olds, Pontiac 1958, $4.95. And then the other one is for all late model GM, Ford, Chrysler, and others, $5.95. It has a little cutout for the headlights, showing like a Plymouth, like a 58 Plymouth. Bug stain remover. Fiber board door panels for when your door panels just disintegrate, then you can run those. Clutches. They got clutches for your car. Back when people still drove stick. They still do, but back when stick shifts were more common. Inside auto sun visor. I drive stick. I like stick shift. My Studebaker I just bought is a stick shift car, so that'll be a lot of fun. Spray on glass tint, so you could tint your windows without having to use that film. That like you have to know what you're doing to use. Tub and tile sealer, why not? Tub and tile sealer, for tubs and sinks. At Pep Boys. Porcelain enamel. We got slip-on style brake pedals and such. Those are a lot of fun. So you could fix your brake pedal. You can also make it look like your car doesn't have over 100,000 miles on it if you had a new brake pedal. They'll look at it and go, not much wear on the brake pedal. It's got 1 billion miles on it. They even have them for Studebaker. They got them for all these different cars. 49 to 51 Ford, 52 to 54 Ford with Ford-O-Matic, so the wider one for the automatic transmission. Oldsmobile, Lincoln, Chevrolet, they got them for everything. Cornell was like their house brand for, I think, rubber stuff, for like tires and such. Let me show you, I miss a page. Twin mat sets, so you get your floor mats. Actually, my Studebaker has Studebaker floor mats. Like, they look like they're much later, but they say Studebaker on them. Remember those one-piece mats that would go over the whole front seat of the front floor of the car? And unfortunately, if they left them in there when the car was parked, they would actually cause the floors to rust because it would trap the moisture under them. But I've had a few of those. I found a few of those in cars that I've bought, like, out of people's backyards over the years. Twin or floor mats. Rubber-like matting, it's like rubber. And then if you want real rubber, there you go, corrugated rubber matting. It's a little bit more money for the real rubber. Floor mats for all cars. Look, they got the giant floor mat, all these different, they list all, Buick, Chevrolet, Chrysler, DeSoto, Dodge, Ford, Imperial, Mercury. Yes, Imperial was a separate division of Chrysler at that time. So we will say that. Mercury, Oldsmobile, Plymouth, Pontiac, and then a Universal. Like I said, this giant chunk of rubber, if left in the car for many years, will cause rust on the floors, unfortunately. But they probably didn't care back then because they thought most of these cars would be gone in a few years. Floor mats, those giant Guardsman floor mats, like guards from it, makes the car rust, but Fleetwood front car mats, make your car look like a Cadillac. Fleetwood. Rear floor, trunk, and station wagon mats. Rubber. Okay, I didn't miss a page. Okay, rubber utility mats. Okay. Gas cans. Remember when gas cans still worked? Yeah, there you go. Metal gas cans with a filler where you don't have to hold the thing and then spill it all on the ground. I don't know who came up with those new ones. Those things. We're gonna have a bunch of comments about gas cans now in this video, aren't we? Yeah, I actually, I bought this at estate sale. I buy my gas cans at estate sales because you can still find the old ones. So that's my tip of the day. Buy your gas cans at estate sales because you can find the old ones from before they messed with the nozzle. Rubber accelerator pedals, all sorts of different ones. Chevy, Ford, Mercury, whatnot. Same thing here. One with a heel protector, emergency flare kit, gear puller. So that's just tools. Sturdy work gloves, work apron. So you wear a work apron while you're working on your car. Greaseless hand cream. Okay, we won't go there. Handy fluid. I guess that's the handy. No, we're not going to go there either. Someone's going to complain now. Valve lifters. So you got the tools for doing the valves on your car. Do it yourself. Varsity chrome renewer. So chrome polish. All your different Simonized metal polish, a whole range of stuff for cleaning the chrome on your car. Polishing cloths, Absorbo knit pads, soft linen polishing cloth absorbent, and Shine Ease or Shinies Auto Wax by Varsity. I've seen Varsity stuff before. I think I go to less sales, so you always have. I've seen these old Turtle Wax. I think my dad had one of these old Turtle Wax bottles like that in the garage. It might still be there at my mom's house. All these cleaners, New Car Wax, Simonize, Cleaner, Vista, J-Wax, Car Wax, and Turtle Wax. All sorts of stuff for polishing and waxing your car and your chrome. Let me make sure I get the next page. Ooh, Auto Polish by Varsity, Clean and Wax. And Turtle Wax, Auto Polish. Speedy Cleaner, Auto Polish, more car polishes. So these are famous car wash compounds. So, you have to have the famous ones. They're celebrity car wash compounds. Presto Wax, Presto Lane, Sparkle Liquid, Purple Magic. They sound like street names for like illicit substances, but that's okay. Polishing and dusting mitts. Still sell those. I use one of those for washing my car. Saddle and leather soap from Blue Ribbon. So it's like made by Pabst, apparently. No, just kidding. Bright red engine enamel, so you can paint your engine red, bright red. So Makes it look bright red. Booster gray engine enamel. Or red lead for ground coats on metal of all types. So, you know when it has paint, it's paint and it says lead, you know it's good. No, it's not. Of course, we don't put lead in paint anymore. High quality leather cleaners, all sorts of stuff for cleaning the upholstery in your car, whether it's leather or not. Leather or not? Is that the thing, leather or not? Okay, we're going to skip pages here. Here's big value, chamois. That's what it says. Here's big value. Full, fine oil tanned, full skin chamois right there for you. Quality sponges, which is better than horrible sponges. Brand new fender brushes, so you can clean your car. Car washers. So we're going to get to some more interesting stuff. Engine spray enamel. We're going to try to skip a little faster through the stuff that's kind of redundant. Paint brushes. You can buy your paint brushes there. I want to see more car parts. Here we go. More car parts coming your way. Hand sprayers. Ooh, for DDT and stuff like that. You can spray all those insecticides, and later on we'll find out how bad they are for you. Years later. Steel wool cleans like magic. Always get that 4/0 for doing your chrome. Tailor-made convertible tops. So for all these different cars. So you got an open window type, a whole convertible top, $25.95 for Buick, Cadillac, Chevrolet, Ford, Dodge, DeSoto, Olds, Mercury, and many others. Foreign cars, $31.95. Sorry guys, those are more money. Standard type with the little tiny window, $23.95, and foreign $28.95. Guessing they sold more for American cars back then, so foreign cars were a little bit more of a specialty thing. Seat cover pins. There you go. All sorts of stuff for doing upholstery type stuff. When weather stripping, you got weather strip cement, grease solvents. One's called Dunk grease solvents for degreasing stuff. Gold seal glass wax. Wind lace, different stuff for your car. Fender repair sets, so hammers and dollies and things like that. So you want auto body repair needs, you get all your Bondo and filler and stuff like that. They have all the lead stuff. There's a solder, plastic, aluminum. Trying to see if they have those like lead kits. Fills metals, metal repair kit. And it's fiberglass, so it's like Bondo. Tector mat. Nationally known Baldwin thermostats for your car. Always got to make sure your thermostat's good or you'll have some problems. Oil breather caps for different cars. Fuel pressure regulator for your hot rod. It pays for itself in gas savings. Back then, I don't think anybody really cared about saving gas. Gas was like free back then. It was dirt cheap. It's probably like something ridiculous. Petcock for your radiator. Ring compressors, different tubing for doing your brakes and things like that, and transmission lines for automatics. Pure's Gold greases. Yeah, I'm going to start going through more. Timing light for the ignition. It's just a light bulb. That's it. It's not the cool gun like everybody uses now. Oil cans and fillers. And you used to have to get the oil can and then jam the thing in there. Automatic transmission sealer and conditioner, all your different stuff, grease guns. Check out Pep Boys Western Motor Oil. It's got Manny Mo and Jack on a horse, so you know it was quality oil right there. Booster motor oil, Kent automatic transmission fluid, additives and motor conditioner. Look, Rizalone, that's still around. Marble mystery oil. Everyone uses Marble. I use Marble mystery oil. That'll get your engine freed up if you leave it down there long enough, hopefully. Anti-friction oil, pyro oil. Okay, now we're going to get to more like car part stuff. Top car carrier, so your luggage racks for your cars that go on the top. Spider tie-down kit for, the big tie-down that goes all the way out with the spider thing for your car. Tarps, so if your windows leak and it's raining like it is today, do that. Or top carriers for different. Look, that one's for a Beetle. It's even got a picture of a Beetle there. Will fit Volkswagen, Renault, Austin, Jaguar, Citroen, Hillman, and many others for foreign cars. 1995. Auto clothes hangers. So you could hang your clothes in the back of your car when you're on your way to your business meeting. Check it out. You could put all your suits back there. You can like live in your car. That's kind of what people do now. It wasn't even a thing back then. I don't think like it is now. Spare tire butler. Back then, like rent was practically free. It was as cheap as gasoline. Spare tire butler. So keeps trunk compartment clean and noiseless. So you put all your tools over your spare tire. It goes in the trunk. Litter bags. You can have a plaid one. So there you go. It's lots of different litter bags. Indian design blankets for beach picnics, campings, summer cottage, all that sort of stuff. Check out the baby seats. These are fantastic. Let's baby help you drive. Walk-in type. That's what I want my baby to help me drive. That is so not safe. I've seen these at car shows. You know, the people up in the back of the car. You just look at it like, yeah, that would not fly today. There you go, more baby seats. There you go, put your kid in the back of that. And a baby seat steering wheel with horn and gear shift will fit all baby seats. There you go, that's great. Baby hammock and play seat. So you got a hammock and a play seat for the back seat of the car. And a baby bottle warmer that plugs into the cigarette lighter. That's actually a good idea. Plastic covered clothesline. So you got clothesline. They got everything. It's Pep Boys. Sit and stand type baby seat. Low priced trailer supplies. They got all your different trailer hitches. For you can mount to your bumper and hope the trailer's still there when you get to your location and all that. All these different types. I don't think they have the big. They have the big receivers, but they don't have the big rectangular receiver like we have now on most stuff. Handy pocket knives, ballpoint pens for when you're signing the ticket for when you lose your trailer. Flashlights for when you're out looking for the hardware to remount your trailer when it comes apart from your car. There you go, all these different flashlights. Electric lanterns. There you go. Nationally famous leak-proof flashlight batteries. There you go. Rayovacs, Evereadys. I don't know what that one is. I can't see. That one, the picture they took, the reflection is like right where you can't see it. Every lantern batteries. Those are for those big flashlights, flashlight bulbs. Okay, we're not here to look at flashlight stuff, but check out hammers, all kinds of hammers. Block plane for when you're doing your woody. You do the wood on your woody, I guess. Here we're gonna go through some of the tools faster because most of these aren't automotive specific. Engine vacuum and fuel pump tester. So you know that. Those are still fairly inexpensive. You get them like Harbor Freight and stuff like that. Grinding kits for grinding. Electric drill supplies. Saw attachment. Bench vices. Got a vise for $5. $4.98 for a vise. Yeah, that doesn't. These were the olden days. Set of 3 truck reflectors. Dual headlamp conversion kits. So if you want to make your car look like a '58 Packard or Studebaker, you know, where they just kind of tacked on the extra headlights. Check it out. Like, this is that custom look. Gives your car a brand new look for 57 Fords and Chevrolets. A 56. It's like, yeah, make your 57 Chevy kind of look like a 58. I don't know. Yeah, it's hopefully they didn't sell too many of those. Wood chisels, hatchet. You got tape measures. My kid always steals my tape measures, man. I don't know what it is. Like, I have tape measures. Every time I need one, I go in my daughter's room, and she grabbed it and was playing with it. Not so much anymore, but a few years ago. She always liked to take the tape measures. Rope hoist. Why not? Keyhole saw. Hacksaw blades. Screwdrivers. Some more screwdrivers. Pliers. Toolboxes. We're going to get to more car parts here. More car stuff. Wrench set parts. A compression tester, then it just goes down in the spark plug hole. Check that compression on your car. Oh, check out like complete transmissions. I guess back then you could buy a whole transmission at Pep Boys, manual transmission or an automatic transmission. You get like a Dynaflow, Ford-O-Matic, Merc-O-Matic, Power-Glide, Hydromatic. Grease Lightning. Isn't that the lyrics to Grease Lightning? I think it is. That's where they got the lyrics to Grease Lightning. Solders and paste. Household cements. There you go. Windsor V-type belts. So this was 59. They didn't have the Windsor, the Ford Windsor motor yet. Heating torches. Yes. C-clamps. Cornell brand automotive belts. Or we get there's the pages on the middle are all like in color too, so that stuff gets really good. Cornell custom nylon tires at guaranteed low prices. Check it out, wheel balancing. 50 cents a wheel for wheel balancing. There you go. You get your bias ply white walls. How about your truck tires? The black sidewall. White walls enlisted at half price. Well, you can't get bias white walls at Pep Boys anymore, that's for sure. Check this out, like special tires for foreign and sports car with Tyrex cord, guaranteed for 24 months. Quality tires at low economy prices. Clipper and air clipper tires, 18-month guarantee. More deluxe tires. Look, they got a bunch of different cars here. And I was actually looking at this yesterday. Like all the cars, you can kind of, I don't know if I can get closer on those. They all kind of look like, there's one that looks like there's one that looks like a 57 like Ranchero or 57 Ford. Like one of them that one looks kind of like a DeSoto. You know, they all kind of look like a certain car without going too far. Like that looks like some sort of Mopar Ford look product. That one looks kind of like a 59 Chevy, like Impala or something. But all the cars on there kind of look like a different car. There's your Cornell Deluxe tires. They have to put that page in color, of course, because they're black and white tires. That makes total sense. Yeah, let's keep the color pages for the tires that are black and white. Okay. Electric drills. Look at seat pads. You can get those seat pads like a cab driver. Got the ones with the beads too. Cushions. All kinds of cushions at new low prices. That's good. Oh, good. More color pages. Seat covers. Check out these seat covers. Only $18.88 for a complete set of seat covers. Makes your car look new. Some people would actually put these over the factory seat covers to keep the original upholstery looking good. So when they would trade them in, it would look like a new car. So I've actually seen it where people found these in cars, pulled it up, and then the seat underneath was like perfect. But yeah, there you go. All kinds of seat covers. Like, it's so easy. Even a girl can do it. Yeah. Okay. That's what it was back then. You know it was. It was like the thing. This is a history lesson. Okay, we're going back in time with this one. Plastic coated seat covers. More seat covers. Transparent plastic seat covers. Make your car interior look like grandma's couch. My grandma used to have plastic seat covers on all the furniture. Throw covers. But you know what? Like years later, like the upholstery was like perfect because nobody ever actually sat on the actual upholstery. Yeah, they got tents. You could pitch a tent at Pep Boys. More color pages. Gasoline motor powered lawnmowers. So you got back when we had the 2-strokes and all that good stuff. Those got a Briggs in it. 2 horsepower Briggs, 2.5 horsepower Briggs. Back before they were pushing the electric lawnmowers. Back when you got, this one's a 4-cycle, so I actually have a 4-cycle one there. Actually had a thing locally where they're trying to get rid of like the 2-stroke lawnmowers. I'm like, they don't make 2-stroke lawnmowers anymore. I was like, I think I commented on the thing locally. I was like, hey, you realize they're all 4-stroke now, right? For some reason, like the article said, they're all 2-strokes. Like, no, not for many years, actually. Real type lawnmowers. You know, the ones you sit on. Check it out. They got like a girl, like a kid, riding one of these things. And they're from Gemco. I don't know if that's like the Gemco. Remember the store Gemco locally? Maybe it's the same people. This one's a Gemco Deluxe Rotor. It looks like it's just for kids having fun, not for actually mowing lawns. Maybe you like tell your kids, hey, this is fun, and then the lawn's mowed. 3.5 horsepower 4-cycle Clinton engine. The greatest working heart-saving power lawnmower. Okay. There you go. Cadet batteries. Check out the long battery. That's like for a caddy. That's one of those caddy. A lot of GMs use those crazy long batteries. That's actually a 6-volt because it's got 3 caps. That one's it's kind of a Volkswagen. Kind of looks like a Volkswagen. For foreign cars, they got them for foreign cars. A long one. Those are all 6-volt. And can you imagine, like, I don't think Pep Boys carried 6-volt anymore. You used to be able to get, like, the Volkswagen batteries for many years at Pep Boys in different places, but a lot of times they have to special order that stuff now, anytime you go buy a battery. Air coolers. So those are like for your house. And they got the one that goes under the dash that plugs in the cigarette lighter with the water, like the swamp cooler. I found a few of those in cars over the years that I've bought. The ones that hang on the door that all you always see on the bombs at the lowrider shows. There you go. They had them at Pep Boys, $11.95. So all my lowrider guys who watch my videos are probably like freaking out right now. They got $13.95 for the deluxe one. That one was made to fit hard tops and convertibles. $13.95 for those coolers. No pinstriping on them though. Water bags. Water bags. And sturdy. How about bumper jacks? Let's roll the dice with a bumper jack. Everyone's had a bumper jack fail knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's floor jacks are a lot better. Puncture kit for your tubes. Of course, cars haven't come with tube tires since forever. Rubber mallets, tire pumps. More quality varsity cleaning products for your tires. They got Spider for your tire. Tire brushes, 3-arm hub puller. Tire repair patches. White wall tire cleaners. They still sell a white wall tire cleaner. You got to be careful when you buy those because some of those have like chemicals that actually make your white walls worse. So do some research before you start cleaning white walls. Spark plug wrenches. That's my tech tip for the day, I guess, for the Pep Boys video. Spark plug testing screwdrivers. So this is the little light that comes on and lets you know when you actually have spark. You got gapping tools for adjusting your points, fuses, spark plugs, double electrode spark plugs, double check spark plug. That's the name of the company, Double Check. Now, not double check your spark plug, but it's called Double Check. Lloyd automatic spark plugs. The hell's an automatic spark plug? Oh, they fire in oil, so that's good. So if your rings are completely shot, they'll still light up something. Get a nice big smoke show going. Check spark plug. This one's called Check spark plugs. So they have one called Double Check and Check. Then if you want a good one, you always go with AC or Champion or Autolite for like more of like your OEM spark plugs. World famous AC spark plugs for your generally motored cars. Champion and of course Autolite for Ford. At lowest price. Buy them by the set. Probably a lot better than what they're sort of expensive now. Bakelite distributor heads. So it's a cap. Maybe they didn't call them caps back then. I don't know. They have probably different cars. They're like $1.59 each. I think the most expensive ones for the $295 for 57 to 59 Buick, Pontiac, Chevrolet, and Olds. This is the most expensive one. Ignition wrench sets, so you can adjust your points, terminals, point files. I always keep a point file. You can actually go on Amazon, just buy a set of point files, keep them in your electrical box. Trust me on this. You will use them. Mallory high speed 6-volt ignition coil for your hot rod. Put it on your flathead. 6-volt, 12-volt coils. Performance rebuilt voltage regulator. So regulator for if you're still running a generator on your car. Generator brush sets. I've actually had to order a brush set for my 59 Edsel years ago, and they got me the wrong one, and then they got me the right one afterwards. But it was at like one of those more local auto parts stores where it was like the old guy behind the counter type place. Those are all gone, by the way. 3 and 4 post generic ignition switches for hot rods, whatnot. or if you want to bypass your original ignition switch. Points, rotors, stuff like that. Tune-up kits, ignition tune-up kits, and of course chrome air cleaners. Rebuilt Aero-type shock absorbers for $289 each. So U-joint repair kit, shock absorber link bushings, king bolt assemblies, shackle bars, so you can lowering blocks, so you can drop your ride, make it look extra custom. Lloyd factory built generators. Oh, those different ones. $10, $11. Temperature gauge, like just a what do you call it? Just a standard temperature gauge for any car with the bulb. Chrome plated lug nut covers. Or nut covers. Oh, it's for covering the nut. So for like intake manifolds. So like Ford 32 to 53. You know what we're talking about. We're talking about flatheads here, dude. Ford and Mercury 49 to 53. That's for dressing up your flathead, you hot rodders out there. Starter switches. So basically solenoids. There's your typical Ford style one right there. Well, Plymouth and Dodge. Just the ones that mount on the inner fender for firing up for hitting your starter. There's your starters. Starters, Chevrolet, $795. Most expensive one is for a Ford, Lincoln, or Mercury, 56 to 58, $995. So there's that one. Rebuilt water pumps, priced at unusual savings. Unusual savings. So that savings are pretty unusual. You replace the water pump on your car. You got anti-rust and water pump lubricants. Pure as gold water pump grease. All kinds of stuff. Water pump pliers, speedometer shafts and casings. So fix the speedometer so it's not like, you know what I'm talking about. Compartment, did I just do that? Okay. Compartment locks, priced low. B-Shafe, did I just say B-Shafe? Price low, replace your worn or broken compartment locks now. Graphite penetrating oil, and clutch plates. We got wheel cylinders, master cylinders, all your brake stuff, brake shoes, brake bands, brake fluid. You have all kinds of brake fluid. This one called Check Shock. Famous Check Shock. I've never heard of Check Shock before. Hydraulic, is that like Check Spark? I remember it was Check Spark, now you got Check Shock, but it's a brake fluid. Okay. All kinds of different gas caps, locking gas caps, things like that. Cooling, clean, I can't talk right now. Performance tested Patrol Deluxe high pump rebuilt fuel pumps. So all your mechanical fuel pumps. I bet you if you order one for a Studebaker back then, you'd get one that would actually work on a Studebaker, unlike the one I got for my Studebaker. The arm was different, so, and of course after installing it, which will be in my Studebaker video if I ever get it up, the arm was different, and we had to modify, we had to like take both the new one and the old one and make one that would work, but we actually got it to work. We're still working on my 53 Studebaker. At least it's running, and I've actually driven it around the block. Fuel pump push rods, radiator hose clamps, or your hoses, flex hoses, complete carburetors. Look at that. They were cheap back then. Remember? Look at that. Wow, rebuilt carburetors, cheap. Gasoline filters, your bulb style filters. Look at that. Glass packs, got kinds of good stuff. Mufflers. Tailpipes, you buy a whole exhaust system. Resonator repair, tailpipe patch. Czech oil filter. I guess Czech was the name of the brand. So Czech oil filter refills. That doesn't sound weird. I think that's a silly name because it sounds like you're checking your oil filter. Generally, if it's on the car, it's okay, and then when you change your oil, you just change it. It's kind of a weird name for a part. Purelator Micronic oil filters. So these were those canisters you'd see these guys add to the ones that didn't use the oil filters, where it would mount on the firewall or whatever on the side of the engine. And so it would have a changeable oil filter on it. Oil filter refills, oil lines, starter switch, radiator caps, oil pressure gauge with clamp, Fram oil filter refills. So those ones, the refills for the Fram canister style, AC canister style. Let's see, I think that's the next page. Oh, there's one. Nope, I grabbed 2 pages. Sorry, we're getting ahead of ourselves here. Okay, let's see what we got here. Handy gasket material. Always got to keep that handy. Grease retainers, leak-proof cylinder head gaskets for most cars. Check it out. All sorts of different head gaskets. Compasses for your car. Portable floodlight. House bulbs. House fuses. Feather duster. Throw rugs. Trouble lamps. Where you used to grab those lamps and plug them in and then hang them before everything went, with a battery. Now I use battery ones so that the cable doesn't get caught. I'm sure people still use the old style ones, but I like the ones with the batteries. And you just recharge the battery. The chrome auto aerials, so if your antenna breaks off. Stereosonic rear speaker kit for all station wagons. I don't think they had stereo. They didn't have stereo radios in '59, so that's where it's called a stereosonic. Everything was like AM mono back then. I mean, I'm sure there was some FM available, but most people were still running AM back then. So you always see those old cars. It's like, I think in the '70s the government had to like make them start putting FM in cars so it would do better. Then they got the Motorola. Check out the Motorola Gold Voice car radios. Music at its best in any car. So you have the standard models that were like that, 6 volts. So you could put them in your older car. The more expensive ones then would go into 12 volt, and then some of the more expensive ones of course have the push buttons, so you can pull it out and push it back in. So you could select your station and keep it as a preset. Deluxe manual push button large external speaker. Gotta have that large external speaker. Boy, they didn't know what was to come. Like, wow, I've got one large 6x9 speaker on my AM radio. It's like 30 years later, we're running. You got bass. You got all the bass in the back. You got more speakers than you need. You got all kinds of different radios. These are like, I think that's like for a Chevy or something. It's like for like a 59 or 60 Chevy, I think, where the dash kind of curves around. Yeah, this is designed for 57 to 59 Chevy, and it has the different years. It's like, of course, this catalog's from '59, so they probably at that point didn't realize the 60 would have the same radio as same dash as a 59. So yeah, that's pretty. I looked at the picture, I'm like, that's for a '59 Chevy. TV supplies. You got TV antennas. Remember TV? Look at the antennas, the rabbit ears. Check it out. Remember when that was actually, I still use rabbit ears because I don't have cable to get local channels. Aerial kit for the roof. Remember in the old days you used to see all the houses used to have antennas on the roof, and that's long gone. That's kind of interesting. TV tables. Remember they used to bring the TV out on a rolling cart? So you wouldn't leave the TV in there, and you'd be like, oh, it's time to watch whatever show. Like, Dick Van Dyke, let's watch Dick Van Dyke. Let's roll the TV into the room. Okay. It's like the first '50s show that like popped up in my head was Dick Van Dyke. All right. Well, I can't get to the next page. Let's go to the next one. Bicycle tires, because this isn't a bicycle channel, so we'll just like go right through here. Ooh, for lightweight imported bikes. Well, cool bike accessories though. I like bike accessories. Got horns, all kinds of stuff. The bike belt. I actually have a Western Flyer bike. It was sold by Western Auto Parts. It's a '56. It was actually manufactured by Huffy, and it has one of those crazy chrome bike bells, and that thing is super loud. It's the old style bell. I don't think the modern ones are anywhere near as loud as that thing is. Bike locks, keep your bike safe. Bike speedometer, so it has the, you put it on the one of the spokes, and then it reads it as it goes by, I guess. These different cool. When I was doing the Vespa stuff, like a lot of guys wanted these cool chrome lights so they could make, they put them on the racks, make it look like a mod bike. Check out the flight leader air speedometer. Indicates speeds up to 50 miles per hour on your bicycle. And a bike siren, so everyone thinks you're a bike cop. Trainer wheel sets for two-wheel bicycles and bicycle ornaments. Check out, they got the clown, they got the bird, they got like a fireman, I think it's a fireman. There's like a cowboy or something. All kinds of different ones. Bike saddles. They got bike seats, bike bags. Probably use it on a motorcycle. Luggage carrier for your bike. Bike grips. You got the ones with the tassels. Remember the tassels? Bike pedals. Bike plastic flaps. Those are kind of cool. I've seen those before. Let's see here. What else we got? Bike mirrors. Bike parts. Bike baskets. Bike spokes and nipples. Bike handlebars. Here we go. How about the pedal cars? Here you got the fire engine. You got the Army Jeep. The convertible that says convertible. Fire Chief. Hot rod. You got a hot rod. It looks like it's an unhappy one. It looks like Thomas the Tank Engine or something. Like something from Thomas the Tank Engine, but one of the sad characters, I suppose. That's what that looks like. Let's see what else we got. Newest 59 models velocipedes. Buy them at Pep Boys. They got tricycles. One looks like a police tricycle, so it looks like a sort of a car. For all you Harley guys. Derby flyers. Not radio flyers, they're derby flyers, because they're like the cheap, cheap version. Okay, you can buy a pool at Pep Boys. Buy a pool for your family. Giant size family pools. Like, I mean, nowadays, can you imagine going to an auto parts store and asking if they sell pools? They look at you like you were nuts. Back then, you can get pools at Pep Boys, apparently. Ride 'em cowboy on a bouncing spring horse. Remember those horses with the springs? I think the kids' fingers would get caught in the springs as they went up and down. So you could buy like toy guns at Pep Boys. Not anymore. That didn't. That would happen today. Nope. You got the Gene Autry. So you got Gene Autry, the Maverick 45. Wild Bill Hickok gun set. Buffalo Bill, Texas Ranger, the Restless Gun. It's back when like Gunsmoke and all those shows were popular. And what's the other one? Good Lord, I can't think of it. The one with Lauren Green. God, someone will say it. Bonanza. I couldn't come up with that. All those cowboy shows, all those Old West shows they had. When I was a kid, they used to show Bonanza still, in reruns when I was a kid. Sure, as soon as I said Lauren Green, everyone's like ready to smack their TV sets. Come on, it's Bonanza. It's like, yeah, it's Bonanza. Volleyball set for the whole family. Complete outfit, price low. There you go, play volleyball. Tetherball. I used to love tetherball when I was a kid. Then if you had to watch it because you get your head smacked. Touring or picnic cooler. There you go, these cool coolers. Cool coolers? I don't know. I got a friend that collects all the old Coleman coolers. Vacuum jugs. New low prices. Fiberglass insulated. Vacuum bottles. Check out for your coffee. Sun goggles. Yeah, there you go. Not sunglasses, sun goggles. Well, I guess sunglasses weren't as big of a thing back then. Aviator type and whatnot. Look at Pep Boys. You can get a barbecue. You can get barbecues. Complete barbecues. Hoods for your barbecue. Yeah, we're not a barbecue channel, so we're just going to go right through here. You get the hoses. You can get your garden hoses. Grass shears. Long handle garden tools. Get your hose at Pep Boys. I had to say it. I had to say it. Someone's going to complain. I don't care. Get your hose at Pep Boys. All right, you still hanging in there? Great. All right, be sure to like the video. Leave a comment. Power mower. Okay, we got power mower. Thermal insulated food bags. Food bags. Fiberglass insulated. God, we're getting to the end of this, I swear. Swimming accessories for fresh or salt water. Cool screens. Goggles. Like, you can get all this stuff for going swimming. They get everything. Oh, there's the table of contents. We're not going to go through that. Bicycles. Derby American-made bicycles at low discount prices. All Derby bikes equipped with 1.75-inch middleweight tires. Full 26-inch. These are pretty cool. Mine's similar to that. I got a Western Flyer that's kind of like, it's got the fake gas tank, and mine has the cool chrome headlight on the fender. Pretty cool. This one, the ladies ones are in, oh, these are men's because they have the top bar. These are fancy because the page is in color. So check it out. $46 for a bike, fully equipped. 3-speed gears. There you go. Those were the days. You can't find bikes like that. This is similar to the one I have. Got a Western Flyer similar to that one. Mine was made by Huffy, though. And on the back page, on the back of the catalog, just a few of the money savers you'll find in this big Pep Boys catalog. 20-inch gas-powered rotary snark. It's called a snark lawnmower with dual chute. That sounds like something really awful. Du Bois spray enamel, Aerotype TV aerials, a pool, 4 mats, rebuilt master soldiers. They got everything. They got everything at Pep Boys. All right, that's our tour of the 1959 Pep Boys catalog that I found at an estate sale. I would like to do more videos of this nature. I do have a collection of car magazines that I could do something similar with. This was just a test run to kind of see how it went. Unfortunately, there's like a shadow. I just realized I'm not refilming this. You could see what was going on. Next time I know, I got to figure out a way to get the thing to mount where I don't get the shadow. Yeah, good luck with that. Also, the batteries kept overheating on my camera, unfortunately. We got a lot of great events. I'm not going to post the list. Since this is more like an evergreen video, I'm not going to post the list of events I'm putting in the near future. That'll be on one of my events videos. But, I mean, this was definitely a fun video to do. Just something like a piece of history, of auto parts history, to bring you this awesome catalog. Hopefully you liked the video. Hopefully it's something that interests people. I have no idea. We will find out. I said, if this video does well, I'll start doing like some of my cool car magazines I have. I got a whole collection of those. So be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment as to what your favorite item was in the Pep Boys catalog, what brought back the memories for you. And until next time, I'll be seeing you.